Good morning, everyone, and welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios. Again, it is time for tips from TTO, and as always, we have Megan Wallander from the tax office. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Doing very well, we're rolling into that fall weather, aren't we?
We are, and I am so excited. I love fall.
Seeing the leaves turn and all that stuff, and
it's beautiful.
Seasons, right?
Yes.
Hey, we got some stuff to talk about today, so let's jump right into it. There is a few topics you want to bring to bear for our micro business folks here. Let's start with the PPP Loan Paper Check Protection Program information update, right? Man,
it's a tongue twister. It is a tongue twister. I think that's why nobody even messes with it. One loan that we got.
So what you got for us here?
Really not a whole lot is changing with the PPP. It's just a matter of if you're wanting to get it forgiven, the process that's going to take. It's just a general reminder that those deadlines and those dates are coming up. So, following up with the bank that you received the loan from, making sure that you're getting the list of necessary paperwork to get to your accountant, your payroll specialist. That way they can get you the supporting documents so you can get that process rolling. Don't want to wait to the last minute. Things are, they're moving along with the IRS, but you don't want to wait to the last minute. So just a general reminder, don't wait to the last minute.
Okay. All right. So we are at the end of quarter three, right?
Yeah. So as of September 30th.
Yeah. And I would say most micro businesses deal with a fiscal, a yearly, not a fiscal period, but a yearly.
Yes. So if you're, most businesses are going through, I would probably say 90% of them, depending on, what type of business you are, you're going from January to December.
Yeah. Fiscal period starts maybe when you start your business in, let's say, May or June or something like that. And you do it.
And those get a little funky.
Years based on that. That's weird. But most everybody is January to December. So we are in.
Most people are.
Wow. Anywho. We've got some federal and state reports due coming up. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes. So as of September 30th, that's going to end quarter three of 2020. And so you're coming up on your, calculating your liabilities for your state withholding, your federal unemployment, and then your state unemployment. Federal 941, of course, is paid on a monthly standpoint, but you are required to send in that report. I will note that if you do not utilize a payroll specialist or an accounting specialist, that all of those forms are going to be found on irs.gov. Go to that search bar, type in Federal 941, and then your FUTA, which is your federal unemployment. Those all of the instructions, all of the reporting, all of those forms can be downloaded. You can type it in, print those out, mail them in. Same thing with your Missouri 941, which is your withholding. All of those forms are found on that website as well.
Don't you guys have that in that information on your resource page?
It is. Just a general reminder. .com.
Go to the resource center on thetaxoffice.com. Go there. It's much easier than trying to find
it. It is. We have all the links there for you.
Yes.
Those are. It can get a little funky, but we have all of those on our research page. You just click on it; it'll take you right to the forms that you do need. I will note that there is a upcoming change with state unemployment. It is not going to be. You're not going to be required to send that form in little sheet of paper. You can create an account, Interact online, to be able to submit your to be able to submit that report and your payment. We will have, I will be getting a link on our research page for more information on Interact. It can be a little tricky, but there will be information on our resource page for that coming very, very soon.
And if you want more information about certain things, I'm gonna throw this in there. Make sure if you want to subscribe to Tips from TTO, the get this kind of information right to your email. Make sure you go to their website. You can subscribe to Tips from TTO and get it right to your inbox. It's great information, resources, all that information. So,
Definitely.
Meg. When is all this due?
This is going to be due July. Good gravy. October 31st. Now, I say October 31st. That is the end of you. They give you a 30-day grace period to get, reports in and, all your funds in. However, that falls on a Saturday this year. So you do have 2 extra days, which means November 2nd needs to be post-dated. I do not recommend leaving it till November 2nd. If you can get all of that postmarked by October 30th, I highly recommend that. That's the Friday, the last technically day of the month. I do recommend that, but you do have till November 2nd.
Because as long as it's postmarked by that date, you're in good shape, right?
You're in good shape. Yes, you are in good shape. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But don't wait. Because if
we don't recommend that you wait.
Yeah, if it isn't postmarked by that date, what happens? What are we talking in penalties and fees?
There's lots of ranges depending on when you were required to send in your dollar amount, when that you're reporting. It's going to vary, but it can rack up very, very quickly. Fines can occur. November 3rd, fines will start occurring if your reports are not in and your funds are not in. So. You don't want to wait till the last minute because you never know what can happen. Trucks get lost, post office trucks get lost, FedEx trucks get lost, especially with everything that's going on in the world today with COVID-19. There is a lag with the IRS. There's a lag with state, people working from home. So we highly recommend that you get those reports in.
So what are we talking about here as far as we're going to post in the show notes here on the post, folks, if you want to take a look at that. Some of the references, the where you can go to get the forms, resource center there will be information that you can get to that way and have all that information to where you can go to the resource center and download these forms for you, because it's a lot. It spins my head. So there you go.
Greg and I talk a lot. I'll walk in his office and I'll say, "Oh, it's about quarter time," and he just gives me that look. I thoroughly enjoy doing them. There's always challenges involved.
Okay, so 2021 is approaching very fast, right, Meg?
Very quickly, yes.
We're finishing up the third quarter. Are you ready for 2021? And what are some things that we need to talk about here that could be priorities for people to get themselves ready to go?
There's a lot of priorities, and as a small business owner, we all know that there's probably 100 things going on in your head. But as of right now, finishing up those quarter reports are going to be very vital going into quarter 4. However, tax preparation, making sure that you're set up, start pulling out those receipts. Start looking at your spreadsheets, your Excels, looking at equipment that you bought. Getting those lists put together with if you bought equipment, if you bought trucks, if you bought a new building, whatever you did in 2020, start writing that stuff down. Start getting those dollar amounts put in place so you're ready to take your stuff over to your accountant, your tax professional, or maybe you choose to do that at the end of the year. And then that is a very good time. We talk about budgets a lot. That is a very good time to take a look at not only your budget, if you had one for 2020, and if you didn't, really putting that practice in place and start looking at your budget for 2021. What if you're going to see an increase? Great, we hope you do. If you whatever that looks like, we were shut down. Most businesses were shut down for 2 to 3 months. Throughout COVID. So you are going to, take that into consideration. You will probably see an increase over next year with those couple of months that you were shut down. So a budget, I think, especially There's a lot of unknown right now with small businesses. So taking a look at that and setting yourself up for success for 2021, I think are my big two things: getting that tax preparation going and that budget put in place.
Yeah, because your sales projections are going to be a little different because you should project over for 2021. Your projection should be better than 2020, just for the simple fact that you lost a couple months, maybe 3 months, depending upon your business, and you may have lost revenue over a 6-month period just for the simple fact that you couldn't open up the way you wanted to. You couldn't go to full capacity. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do that.
Right.
So it's not just a matter of maybe 1 or 2 months. It's a matter of a 6-month process here that we've been dealing with this that will make an impact in how you project to 2021.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, it could go till December. We don't know. There's a lot of things that are unknown, but what we do know is that rent's got to get paid. Employees need to be paid. Looking at your supplies and equipment, you can prepare for the things that you can control.
And the first thing we're talking about here, though, is definitely that space of tax preparation, getting yourself prepared to where you don't have to focus on these things as you're moving into 2021, correct?
Right. Yes. Get ahead of the game. We just talked about quarterlies, not waiting to the last minute. This is a perfect time, right? And, in the transition of seasons and right in the middle of going into a new, the fall transition. Things kind of calm down, school's getting back into session. So this is a great time, that downtime right before the holidays, to really set yourself up for success for that last quarter of the year and moving into 2021.
All right. Meg, as always, thanks for the tips there. They're very
absolutely.
And, we got some more stuff coming up, folks. Stay tuned, and we appreciate you being with us, Meg.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So, hey, folks, till next time, remember, have a great day in the Lord, and we'll see you next time.